Good YouTube, Bastiodon here. In today's video, I wanted to break down or present some form of Skarmory. And when you look at like top decks and what decks are like performing well, there is quite of like a big amount of decks, whether it's Skarmory, whether it's Darkrai, whether it's literally Mismagius or fighting. And I think you know where I'm going with is that there's like a big Magnezone epidemic in the format currently. And I could present you a list of Magnezone all day. I could probably post a Magnezone list from today to when the next mini set releases, and it'll be all different, like, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that as I was looking for lists or ideas for how to play Skarmory to the best of its potential, I did have to skip along a lot of like Magnezone decks to come up with the list that you see in front of you, which is on the Bastiodon side. I'm aware that this isn't the most competitive way of playing Skarmory or Meadow in general, as like there's lists with like Dialga, with Melmetal that might feel a little bit more like synergistic, or the fact that this is a fossil deck, you might even want to like play Skarmory with like anything else, maybe Mega or something like that. But personally, I like the idea of all metal decks and decided to give this a try. And honestly, in practice, I had a great run. I ended up going 8-2 in the 10 games that I did recording this video. And the games are really fast because of how aggressive Skarmory is. And you steal so many games just when you go second and just take advantage of what your opponent's starting with, like a Manaphy or a Mankey, or just Pokemon that aren't ready for just 50 damage off the rip, which is something that Skarmory puts Skarmory basically in its own like tier of like Pokemon. Although it is a two-piece combo, the fact that you could guarantee starting Skarmory makes having a tool by its side pretty consistent. With that said, the main attacker of this deck is in fact the Skarmory. If you don't know, 80 HP, not too strong, but the fact that it's a basic. And for 1 Metal Energy, it has the attack Metal Arms, which is 20 plus, and the plus is if it has a tool, it hits for 30 more. So it's basically pretty consistently turn 1 50, which is way better than the likes of like Farfetch'd. It's more than like any card is doing. Palkia even is an EX that's only doing 30. And like I said, there's a list of multiple cards that this knocks out. Manaphy, which is very popular right now. If people are on like Combi or some other form of like, what is it, Caterpie or those like starters, you also knock those out. Mankey gets knocked out, Staryu gets knocked out, and if you go second and they also have a Skarmory, you do win that trade. But all that to say that Skarmory is such a good card in itself, and its standalone Skarmory is easily like an A tier card. If I wouldn't say S tier because of the HP and the limitations of having to play the Metal Energy, but since we're playing the Metal Energy, we want to tie in something, whether it's a colorless card like Mega or something. In this case, we're going with Bastiodon. Bastiodon is an 160 HP Pokemon that has the ability Guarded Grill, which is like unlike anything else in the game, which is when they swing at you, you get to flip a coin, and if it's heads, you take less than minus 100. So when you look at the format and what's performing well, you easily cancel out any attacks that are getting sent your way. Granted, there is luck involved, but above the luck, you have to add that you are 160 HP, and above that, you could add that you have Cape or Rocky Helmet, or different ways of like being even more resilient. And yeah, the main concept is that you start with Skarmory guaranteed. So you start Skarmory, give it a tool, start hitting for 50 while you build up the fossil in the back. That is where like the deck kind of like why it's not as popular as the Magnezone version is that there's no way to search the fossil. You either open it or you don't. And yeah, you have researchers to search it, or you have Pokemon communications to grab or try to grab Shieldon and Bastiodon. But when it comes to the basic fossil, you just gotta hope that you see it in your opening hand and start build, or at least realistically you want to see it turn 2, because your turn 1 you give the energy to Skarmory. I mean your first turn of being able to put energy, and every turn after that is that you start building up the fossil. So that's basically the timeline in which you want to see it. Regardless, this deck was very fun. It performed very well. It beat all sorts of decks as you'll see in the gameplay. Any questions as to what you could change or what I would suggest, feel free to comment down below. If you enjoy the content, please consider liking and subscribing, and above all else, stay pro. Alright, we get to go second. So if we see Skarmory in a tool, we're in business, and we do. Against fighting. Alright, so we're in real business here, because if they don't get that Mankey out the way, we just one-shot it with Skarmory. And yep, that's not all she wrote, but it's pretty close to it. This Pokeball only has 1 target, so might as well use it. And also, it's the only Pokemon in the deck, so we'll research here. I use helmets so that way if they swing with Riolu, we just Return the favor. Yeah, GG. It was way too much, like, power. Skarmory hitting for 50 turn 1 is just insane. Man, why are you gonna put Bastiodon? Skarmory carry this one. Get to start this time, so can't be as aggressive, but we still could apply some pressure. So let's go here. I'm about to say, if they start Manaphy, we're in a good spot. Magikarp, they need to get out of there, but they have pretty easy ways of getting it out of there. Unfortunately, might as well equip it just in case they like red card or something. I said, unfortunately, this Pokemon communication can't look for the fossil, so we're just stuck with this hand. Yeah, they need to see some way of getting the Magikarp out of there, and at the same time putting something that doesn't get one shot by Skarmory. That list doesn't have too much overlap. Let's see what they get. Okay, and another thing to think about is if we see Sabrina, we just wipe out the Magikarp. We are playing 2 of it, so here goes nothing. Oof. Sometimes it feels good to call stuff out like that. There's a world where we could have or should have put down the second Skarmory just in case they go like Misty, see 2 heads, and we just hit us for 80. But at that point, we basically lost regardless. Ideally, they just charge and pass. Oh. You know what? Or maybe I just deserve to lose this one. Ult. We're not any bullets like Neo right now. Cram? What in the world? I can't even tell you. I know die. Actually, I can't even lie to you. I don't know exactly what this does. Something about like not taking damage or something. If flip a coin if heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from whatever. Start doing this. We could put cape on it, but what for? Let's do 50. The good thing here is that at most, you know, unless he has the a Misty again. At most he hits for 40 and we win the trade of like 50, like the trading the damage, we win the trade, but let's see. Actually no, we don't have to see. Research means no Misty. He did have the XP though, so Manaphy will be able to ramp before we knock it out. Although he did have to give away the energy that the Articuno already had, so debatable on whether that was worth it. Finally see the fossil. Start building it up as well. No reason not to put cape, I guess. And I almost want to put actually I'll take the trade. I was like, I almost don't want to put the Rocky Helmet one in front of the Articuno. But if he gets like Misty into the 80 attack, knocks out the first Skarmory, they take 20. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we just win based on how he was forced to use his energy. And the fact that Misty missed. That's another big reason. Hey, see, I could have played around this, so maybe that was a big mistake on my part. Now we don't even lose to a Geo because everything's a 1-pointer. But yeah, I was probably correct in my initial thought of like bringing out this Skarmory the turn before. But here we are. No reason not to use research. Cyrus could come in handy. How much energy we need? 3 on this? So might as well. We could put down the fossil. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, so thanks to Cyrus, we pretty much have this locked up. And I don't really see a way where we lose it, but yeah, that Pokeball is nothing. What they would require is like double potion into I don't even know what. Misty doesn't even save him here. And regardless, it missed. It's in the name, really. In the words of Scorpion, get over here. And I won't waste their time. Let's just swing here. We could have gone Bastiodon there and done a whole bunch of things, but GG's. Alright, going second, so we get to be very aggressive with our Skarmory. And they seem to have potentially their own, unless it's like the Alga list. Yeah, okay, they got their own. And I don't have my promo version. I'm just using the original art because I believe it's better. Although it's all preference, right? I'm not the biggest fan of whatever's going on that one. Now we have the option of either going cape or helmet, and I don't think it truly matters since we're going to be hitting for 50 regardless. I almost want to go helmet just in case they have like potions or something to kind of counteract that. Because the damage output's going to be the same, right? Like the number of hits that it takes to knock us out. Okay, so they're on Heatran and Skarmory, so this is probably the Magnezone list. They just haven't seen Magnemite, which is great for us. So yeah, we win this trade, and we have the second Skarmory set up, but, I mean, ready to go. We don't necessarily need communication just yet. We go Skarmory here, just in case they're playing some crazy, like, red card or something, we'll do this. Feed it the energy and just take our knockout. And now Heatran is going to take a while before it could charge up. And the other option, I mean, if they go Magnemite, if they put the Magnemite in the back, we're able to bring that out with Sabrina. Whether or not that's the correct play, I don't truly know. We'll just react to whatever they do, right? So this will be a good indicator of... Yeah, you see? It's not necessarily like telegraphed, but you could have expected it. And they go with the cape on the Heatran instead of the Magnemite. So yeah, the Sabrina is definitely the play. Granted, they do have the option. Oof, okay, no. Now it's Cyrus. I know I'm all over the place with what I'm saying, but... Yeah, well, let's... Give me that Magnemite. Where the energy goes is kind of irrelevant, but... It'd be cool if we saw the fossils and could actually build that up rather than just like soloing with Skarmory, but here we are. And what's the text on this? Give this 20 to itself. Yeah, so interesting that they decided to go with the Magnemite here. Their win condition is definitely just building up Heatran. Not sure why they did it the way they did. Oh, just to run out. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why I questioned it. But again, we have the Cyrus. And we'll trade that helmet any day. Cape that doesn't do anything for us. Give me that. Again, we really need to see the... If we have any hopes of winning, we really need to see... I don't know why I keep blanking on the thought, but actually, no, we might be able to win the trade. Because they can't deal damage next turn. We do 50, that puts them to 90. Then they knock us out, but Rocky Helmet would put them... And their own effect. Yeah, I think we, at worst, hopefully we see the fossil, because that's what will keep us alive. But this trade here has us at worst, I think, in a draw, right? Yeah, because now he knocks either one that he decides to knock out would put him to 70, and then eventually the Rocky Helmet gets the damage in. Is that if he swings at this Skarmory without any Sabrina or nothing? Yeah, he's forced to Sabrina here. Because if not, he just loses to our Skarmory coming back here. guess another win condition he has is like the Magnemite. Like, perfect. We needed this so badly. And we'll keep it just in case. Alright, so yeah, we just needed that to guarantee the turn. Now Heatrank can't swing, or it takes itself out. And luckily we already have 2 points, because if not, then this Skarmory could become an issue. He does win this trade though, like he could, yeah, swap out here. Yeah, so he has... There's a lot going on. How much does Shieldon do? 50? Oof. Just short of... This game's gonna go down to the wire. Unless we see... Actually, no. We already used our Cyrus, right? And this Pokeball has no targets. Luckily, we already have the entire fossil line in hand. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure we just win. Regardless of what goes on. Like, the only way he would win... He already used his cape, right? That's what he had on the other Skarmory. Let me look at the grave. Yeah, so he's down. Yeah, okay. This is wraps. A lot of work went into it, but we got there. It definitely helped that we had initiative on the swing. Yeah, and I'm not sure what his game plan was there, but we'll just Bastiodon for game. And this one felt well deserved. Granted, had we gone first, maybe like, actually not maybe, they definitely win the trades and we just lose, but it was our game to lose and we didn't do it, so GG's. Alright, going second, which is ideal, especially if we see a tool, which we do. Let's see what they start with. Riolu. Yeah, so they're gonna be like incentivized to just build up the Marshadow, huh? Hopefully this research lets us see the fossil early. I feel like we have yet to like set it up early, and there it is. Oof, that Sabrina actually feels like what I'd rather be doing, but let's go. Oops, that's not the card I meant to do. That would have been really bad. So now he has multiple options, which is either poke for 20 or start setting up Marshadow. And if he goes for the setting up Marshadow, we could just not swing. Okay, so it ended up deciding to evolve Lucario. You have to put the energy on Marshadow, right? Like, there's no way you do anything else here. Which ideally, I think we still Sabrina. Yeah, because we're not just going to walk into this Marshadow for no reason. You know what? Give me Marshadow. We do have a second Sabrina in the deck, that's why it's easier to like use it so loosely. Cyrus is one that we have to be a little more like, not greedy, but thoughtful, or a little more stingy with like the use of it. There's probably a better term, but you know. We do have Bastiodon like set up, but he won't be ready to swing for another few turns. He has the option to back up Marshadow, give it the energy back. This is without X-Speed. If he has X-Speed, then he could do whatever he wants. Without X-Speed, he could back up, set up Marshadow again, and then it's up to us whether we want to be aggressive. Which at that point we will be, because we have Bastiodon like set up. Potion, okay, Potion does change up the math as well. That just seems incorrect. Not sure. Yeah, that was just not the right play in any stretch of the like. We'll take it. Like, I'm not gonna complain. But now what? Lucario hits us for 60, and then what? Plus we have Bastiodon already. A second potion would like make it like have more of a play. You got 5 cards in hand. Are any of them a second potion? Giant Cape. That's like essentially the same thing. It gives him that extra turn. And he had the potion. Okay, never mind. He's just back to full health at this point. So that gives us the option of either just going into Bastiodon and like playing that game, or just poking with Skarmory, knowing that we could back it up. And realistically, I think it's okay to like punt Skarmory at this point. Just deal our damage, give him the point. It's gonna be really hard for them to knock out Bastiodon anyways. And he's out of potions. Right? That's 2 potions down. 2 potions down. At most he could like cape something, but that's irrelevant. Yeah, so he took his knockout with Lucario, but that's as far as his run goes, really. Alright, perfect. Then we have like another body to throw. We have 8 cards left in deck, and we're missing basically half of it is either a draw 2 or a tool to set up Skarmory, but I'm pretty sure Bastiodon closes it out from here. Especially fighting type decks, they don't deal like their HP caps at like Lucario with 100. So like, yeah, he could evolve into Lucario here and survive a turn, but past that, there's not much going for him. The Giovanni doesn't change the math at all, especially if Guarded Grill works. And we get to coin flip here. Luckily, we're not in a situation where it would have mattered, but that would have been upsetting. Pokeball doesn't do nothing. Yeah, so that's where it's game. The other cards in the deck besides the 3 tools are the Sabrina and Cyrus that also guarantee the win. So what did we see from them? Just Lucario and Marshadow? There was like no other Pokemon in his deck? I wonder what else he's playing. If it was maybe like a fossil deck and he just didn't see him. Spiritomb is interesting. Without Cape, we one-shot that as well. Alright, just went for the attack. GG's, and we get to see Bastiodon do his thing. 0 damage. There's the helmet, but we'll just take our W. Yeah, GG's. Honestly, the deck did everything it's supposed to do in this game, and went full out on it. Alright, going second. Against fighting, the amount of fighting in ladder has been crazy. Okay, that Caterpie is good. Poor Caterpie, man. Deserve better. Wow, that's... I might just put this in the video to show how fast this deck is capable of winning, or how important the 50... Yeah, GG's. That's how fast we went. Just... Granted, I don't know what deck they'd be playing where you have Caterpie and fighting, but I guess we'll never find out. And we get to go first, which is not ideal, but we'll make the best out of it against Dark. At least we'll get... Okay, not what I was expecting. I was 100% expecting Darkrai. We are able to research here. Hopefully we see the fossil so we can start building that up as well. Pokeball helmet. Let's go Pokeball. I think it's better to start with helmet here. I could use the cape as well. Yeah, let's just do cape as well. Just in case they're like on red card or Mars or something, I don't want to lose my tool and then have like useless Skarmories. Also, now they can't swing with Venipede because the helmet basically says we knock you out in the clapback. You gotta assume they're digging for wheezing here. I mean, coughing, my bad. There it is. Do they have an X speed or something? Nope. Okay. Useless communications. If we go Sabrina, deal 50 to the coughing. The next one's 60. It can't swing at us technically, but it doesn't have to either. Let's just deal damage to this Venipede, which is like the actual scary thing, because we could outpace the damage on a wheezing, especially with the helmet on, right? Okay, so also on Sneasel. Yeah, clearly they're gonna swap out into the wheezing. I kind of don't want to play into the Koga. Let's see here. We could Cyrus and just knock this out, or if we hit this for 50, it evolves into a 140, it becomes a 90 HP. We don't get much done there. If we hit this for 50, he's forced to Koga, but he's able to poison before using Koga. The Venipede's kind of like just chilling there for now, right? I guess we could Sabrina. And it almost works as a Cyrus if he wants to give us the Venipede. Or he has the option to send Sneasel out. And then we have both targets there. Yeah, so this basically worked as a Cyrus without having to waste our Cyrus. That's like a positive way of looking at it. Well, we're facing the fact that when you don't have when you're playing a fossil deck, it just if you don't see the fossil, a lot of your deck's not doing nothing. Bro, how do people play this, dude? It gets so frustrating. He's on Wheezing, Venipede, Weavile, Darkrai, and it's just doesn't break. It just perfect opener or something. Next thing you know, I pass turn he Kogas as well. Like it's good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Let me relax. It's just so crazy, man. Meanwhile, I can't see a whatever fossil. I don't even know what it's called no more. Root fossil or something? No, armor fossil. I don't know. Root fossil is freaking credilly. That's not even in the game yet. All right. So I guess since we want to deal damage, and I just keep switching around while building up the fossil. Let's just apply pressure here. Bro, you can't make it up, dude. It's just crazy. This guy's playing like a... I don't even know, like... What is it? Like a... No comments, no comments, no comments. Oh, good vibes, good vibes. Oh, the win condition has been found. Especially with Cyrus, we're going to be able to knock this Weavile. And I say that hoping, praying that they don't just go like Sabrina. Alright, so clearly no Sabrina play. Otherwise, he would have done it before the attachment to Darkrai. Alright, so win condition unlocked. I'm pretty sure we auto win. So although this is probably the saltiest you've ever seen me, and you might have the impression that I'm or the impression that I'm salty, like that. We somehow found a way to win this game. It's just, as much as I enjoy having fun, I also enjoy seeing, like, I don't know, like good deck building. I rather lose to a cool idea than just the amalgamation that's in front of me. But I'll keep it transparent. I'll post it. I'll show y'all that I could get rather salty when I start seeing abysmal situations in front of me. No offense to the player. Granted, like I've said it countless times before, that the Koga Weezing line is my favorite. And before recording this video, I tried playing Koga Darkrai, and there's just, I don't have all the, not that I don't have the right cards, I haven't found the exact 20 that I want to play. And then I see something like this where it's just like every possible dark Pokemon's in a deck, and I was just like, this is not the way. It just can't be. And luckily, we didn't get ultimately punished. We somehow found the victory, and we'll take it.